Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Inayat Afridi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, English with Inayat Afridi. This is my lecture number 83, and in this lecture, I'm going to focus on MDCAT English preparation, and I'll begin rightly from MCQs number 9, as we're already done with first 8 MCQs. So MCQs number 9 clearly reads, which of the following is called the unit of grammar, and I've already given the statements on the screen. So we are given 4 options. Option number 1, word. Option number 2, phrase. Option number 3, clause. And option number 4, sentence. Now, word, option number 1, and option 2, phrase, they cannot fit the statement. We don't agree with these two, and the reason is that the word and phrase are actually parts of a sentence which doesn't give complete sense or complete meaning. So based on this logic, word and phrases can't be the unit of the grammar. Now we are left only with 2 options. Option number 4, 3, clause, and option number 4, sentence. Now sentence is basically made up of clause. Clause makes a sentence, right? So based on this logic, we can say that the clause is part of a sentence which gives a complete sense or thought. It is the subject and predicate. So clause makes a sentence, and the sentence makes a paragraph, and many more passages or important structures in grammar. So based on this logic and concept, we can say that the clause is the actual unit of the grammar. So the option number 3, clause, is the correct option. And let me give you an important hint for that. If you pick up the book, the University Grammar book, and written by Randolph Quirk, he has given this statement in his book that the unit of the grammar is actually a clause, which is a combination of the subject and the predicate. Now, let me give you a clue of that. The clause is part of a sentence. It gives a complete sense. So being the building block of a sentence, called as a unit of the grammar. I hope the MCQs number 9 is understood. And now we move towards the MCQs number 10. The MCQs number 10 reads, he can't salvage the situation. Now, below the statements, we have an important question, and that is the word salvage means. Now, this MCQs is related to the vocabulary section. Finding the synonyms of the word. Now, in options, number 1, disturbing, number 2, to save, number 3, enhance, and number 4, destabilize. Now, before we move towards the correct option, we need to find the historical origins of the word salvage, where exactly this word came from, right? And what does that word mean? So if you go down the statement right in the clue, it's written that salvage is from the Middle French word as a salver, spelled as S-A-L-V-E-R. That means to save. And remember that the word salvage initially introduced in 1889. So salvage, when you go back to its historical origin, it means to save. And now to apply this on the options, the option number 2 is correct, to save. So salvage means to save somebody or to save something. It also means to normalize the situations, to stabilize the situations, and many more important meaning it has. I hope the MCQs number 10 is understood. Now, moving towards MCQs number 11. Now, if you look at the statement right on the screen, we have the 3-dot ellipsis and followed by the helping verb well, speak, and letter. This is incomplete sentence because we have some words in the beginnings which have been dropped out. See, the MCQs number 11 reads, well, speak, letter. Now we have questions below. Which structure is this? I mean, the sentence has some words which have already been dropped out, and in the question it is demanded that which structure is this? I mean, what sort of structure we have in this sentence? So we have three important options. Number one, it has coordinating options. Number two, ellipses. Number three, subordinating, and number four is none. Now, remember that sometimes when the situation is already understood, or we already know meanings of some words, so we drop them out from the sentence and we put three dots, and they are called three-dot ellipses. So according to this one, the option number two, ellipses. Now the sentence is actually I will speak later. We have I in the sentence, which has been dropped out, which is removed from the sentence because we already know the situation and the situation is already understood. So in this situation, we drop the word out, right? I mean, we drop the subject and we put three-dot ellipses. So option number two is correct, ellipses. And right in the beginning, the word is I will speak later. Now, just move towards the clue. Already understood words when dropped out is called ellipses. I in this sentence is already understood, and that's the reason we dropped that out. And this kind of change or this kind of structure in grammar is called ellipses. Now moving towards the MCQs number 12, which is the last one in this lecture. The initial unit of a clause is called. Now before that we discussed that the unit of the grammar is actually a clause, and I mean this MCQs were giving to clear that what is the initial unit of a clause and what is that called. Now option number one, focus. Option number two, discourse. Option number three, theme. And option number four is none. Now remember, the initial word, the beginning word or the head word of the clause is actually called the theme, and that's given in a book, University Grammar Book, and written by Randolph Quirk. So I picked that out and I made MCQs out of that and share with you. So remember, MCQs number 12, the correct option is theme. Theme is the initial word and it's the unit, and you could say it's the building block of the clause because it heads the clause, it starts the clause, it is used at the beginning of the clause. And let me give you an important example. For example, I will help Ali if he helps me. Now in this sentence, if you look at the first one, I will help Ali. Now will help Ali is actually a clause and it is headed by I. So I is actually a subject, and you can also say that it's the theme of the first clause. For example, Ali writes a letter. I mean this clause, Ali is the theme because it heads the clause. It starts the clause. It begins the clause. So theme is actually the initial word. It is the beginning word that heads or that begins, commences, or it starts the clause. So how these MCQs are understood. Sort of queries, confusions, and questions, you may comment that on my YouTube channel. Best of luck, stay with Inayat Afridi, and do subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.